Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Slanted Attic Experience. I'm your host Tyler, and this is episode 34. Today, I'm joined by two guys who always bring strong opinions, a little chaos, and somehow some golf talk. First up is Joey, also known as Fish, a Lancaster native who's worked in everything from concrete to tile. He's a big Phillies guy, doesn't root for a football team, and is trying to shoot an 85 or better this summer on the golf course. We'll see how that goes. And then there's Nick, born and raised in the heart of Philly sports country. He's a former college football player turned educator, and while he's hung up the cleats, he's now out chasing a goal of breaking 100 in golf. Yes, breaking 100. Send encouragement. We've got a packed episode for you, recapping both NFL conference championship games, digging into the Chiefs' ongoing drama, and breaking down why Jake Elliott had Eagles fans pacing. We'll throw out some Super Bowl picks, talk halftime show hopes, and try to remember the last time a Super Bowl commercial was actually funny. Then, we shift into some bigger topics, like how athlete development is changing, what's really going on in the education system, and whether trades are becoming a smarter move than college. Joey even shares what it was really like working inside an Amazon warehouse. Hint, it's a bit more intense than free shipping. We wrap up with MLB contract chaos, the Shohei Ohtani scandal, 2025 predictions for the Pirates and Phillies, and whether Daniel Jones could actually end up in Pittsburgh. New episodes drop every other Monday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with the occasional surprise drop. You can find everything we do at Linktree/Slanted Attic. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Slanted Attic Experience. Today, we're going to get right into it. Two guests that have been here before need no introduction, although I probably went back and recorded one already, so you already know who they are for a second or third time. But yeah, today is January 29th, and it is the middle of the week, and this past weekend were the conference championships for the National Football League. And this year, we have a whopping surprise in the AFC. The Chiefs are back. And I think after last offseason, a lot of people did expect Philly to get to this point. But, bringing everybody together, the insane talent they have, we just love to see it. So thoughts, opinions, how are we feeling going into the Pro Bowl week where apparently Drake May and Russell Wilson made the Pro Bowl? Who the fuck knows how that happened? But yeah, what do we think?
Fish, I'm gonna let you give your thoughts first here.
That is crazy. I was going to actually do the same for you because you're more of a football guy than I am. But I can give you more of a regular day, average Joe football take. The only really time I'll watch and actually genuinely pay attention is playoffs. Typically, I'll throw on Red Zone and take like a 6-hour nap on Sunday. So I cannot. Can I swear?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me just start by saying this. I cannot fucking stand the Chiefs. I feel like most of America is with this. I will say I have seen some like analysts say that like we should be grateful we're witnessing the greatness. Here's my take on that. Shut up. It's not greatness. Everybody knows that they're winning because of flags. And I'm going to talk about the AFC Championship game against the Bills. I don't think that there were too many egregious flags like we're used to seeing, like whole penalties called with like 30 seconds left in a huge game, or soft calls on Patrick Mahomes. The reason people hated Tom Brady is because they were beating down on their teams. They weren't winning by these bullshit calls. And so I don't think it's
Great
greatness, and
take,
I think it's
Fish.
just annoying.
Yeah, I
It's
totally
actually
agree.
it's actually a great take from you. Like, tip the cap.
Maybe I'm not
Yeah,
an average.
that was a great take.
But hey, man, no flags. How about that? What was it, third and one, where Josh Allen clearly gets that first down or 4th and 1 or whatever, and then
Yeah.
that fucking interception, bro. I could not believe that. That was unreal.
Made
That
no sense.
that catch by Xavier Worthy was not a
Yeah,
catch. That ball hit the ground.
that's what I meant. Catch/interception. I'm sorry, but
It should have been an interception, I believe. That's what people were saying. I didn't see that play. I was playing Rocket League with Hunter, but I went in at halftime. Uh, um, yeah, now What I will say is in that Bills game, Josh Allen was like 0 for 4 on QB sneaks, and you're not going to win
Sure.
games if you do that, especially on like 2 or 3 fourth downs. The goal line stand, Kansas City should not make that. They need to score there. So like they
Absolutely.
had their chances, but like even still, just you almost get the sense when you watch a Chiefs game that you're just going to see some absolutely wild shit, and Patrick Mahomes has his hands on the ref's penis.
Hey, probably, man. But they don't do themselves any favors with the media and the Taylor Swift stuff and Travis Kelsey and like, it, I don't know if it's rage bait at that point, but man, I can't stand it.
Some of it has to be like Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld are the NFL couple.
We love that.
Yeah, I mean, talking Bills Chiefs first. Fish kind of hit all the points that I would kind of mention. Also, this is still Bills Chiefs, but like people who are like pushing for the tush push to be banned, why? Because clearly not everyone can do it. Because the Bills couldn't understand it and figure it out at all, and
Fact.
it took them 4 tries. No one pushed. They literally just said hike, and Josh Allen ran to the left. Like at one point for the 2-point conversion, he just flipped the ball backwards. Like it's not like clearly teams don't know how to do it. So
Dude,
like
he
I
went
don't
to
know
the
why would he
left
ban it.
every time.
Yeah, and like they knew he were like it was terrible, and that's also bad coaching. After the first 2 times, you need to be
Agreed.
like, all right, this isn't working.
That's-
We need to get rid of it. But like that was clearly a first down. I don't understand the catch. That was like not a catch at all. They just gave it to him. And then the one that I found the best was at the very end. Josh Allen almost completes that ball, by the way.
Yeah, that was
Should have caught it.
wild.
But as it's in the air and you can see he's like kind of going to complete it, there's a flag. And then once it's incomplete, there's no flag on the play. Like, what are we
Yep, I
doing
forgot
here?
about
Like,
that.
that flag's clear. Like, that flag was if they complete this, by the way, there's going to be like some holding or like offensive pat, like something. It's like, like they didn't catch it. All right, no flag. So it's like, yeah, that's why this Super Bowl I'm already like I have flashbacks to James Bradbury, but we'll get there. I don't. Yeah.
I saw a clip of the Bills like sports radio talk show or whatever saying like while they were calling the game, the one announcer was like, "Oh, there's a flag on the field. Don't like there's a flag on the field." And then the other guy's like, "Where?" So like some like people were seeing a flag. Like even I feel like Jim Nance
Yeah.
even said there's a flag on the field. Like there's a
Yeah, I
flag on
thought
the
he
play or
said
whatever.
something, didn't he? And
Yeah, I
everybody,
think they
yeah,
were talking
that's
about
right.
it, and then they were like, "No, there's no flag." They picked it up or something.
That's crazy, dude.
Nick, I also went. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say everything I've been reading online has been creaming their jeans over Spags' blitz on that fourth and one or 4th and 2. Um, Not much of a football strategist like defensively. I know basic cover formations and then like man, but other than that, I don't really understand the semantics behind like how impressive it is what he did. But people seem to really think it was wild. And
Ray
Josh,
Rice is
I
not.
can't believe. Well, yeah, but I can't believe he didn't
Spags is a
catch
great
that.
defensive coordinator, but like also the people who are like saying like, oh my gosh, like Josh Allen had the orbit to Khalil Shakir to the like, you have a 250-pound guy running full speed at you and you're running to the right. Like I don't think like you can't like yeah I know he's open to the left but like that's not easy like all like the like people who are announcers or analysts who have never played a down of football and they're like he's open like okay you play football and have a guy running full speed at you with everything a mile a minute and then try and like understand that like plus he should have caught it the ball like he got it to Kincaid like he literally had the first down like I was watching it and like as it was coming down I was like oh my gosh he's going to catch this football and then once he dropped it I was like ugh and they still could have won. Like they had the
Yeah, they still
timeouts. It
advanced.
wasn't even over yet, but it's just I despise the Chiefs.
Oh, I'll end with this on the Bills game. Nick, I left the Eagles for you. I didn't even really talk about it because you're definitely more of an Eagles guy than I am. Um,
Yeah.
oh my word, what was I gonna say? No, this is quite possibly the worst.
Wasn't about
Oh,
Haley
oh, oh.
Steinfeld.
No. She's no. Uh, the Bills had 3 minutes and 33 seconds left on the clock with when they got the ball back. The Chiefs, this is all what I mean by the rage bait, and like perfect. You had a perfect example. Their press conference videos on YouTube are 3 minutes and 33. All of them are 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
I didn't even see that.
I didn't notice that either.
Like, if you think
Yeah, I
about it,
can't stand him.
that's a perfect reason to hate him right there. They're so petty, and it's like it's got to be the drama and the Taylor Swift stuff, and like
It also goes, but like I just think about that time. I want to say it was last year when the Bills beat the Chiefs, and Mahomes like had that lateral that was like a touchdown, but then they ended up like calling it back or something, and then like they lost, and the whole like Mahomes is like shaking hands with Allen, and he's just raging about the refs, and he's like whining and being a baby and pounding, and it's like all these quarterbacks, like you think if anybody should do that, Josh Allen should have all the right in the world to be like, I'm over this, and he doesn't. Shakes hands, move on, but it's like the one time the golden boy doesn't get a call, he can't even handle it professionally. That's why it's like, and it goes back to what Fish said. Like people hated Brady because Brady won. Granted, Mahomes has 3 Super Bowls, but like, and Brady got calls, but like his calls were like, I don't know, like you just couldn't like touch him in a
dude
sense.
got
But like
smoked.
Mahomes are like you couldn't touch Brady, which like I get, but like Mahomes are like you can't touch him. Plus, he'll do the stupid like I'm gonna run out of bounds. No, I'm not. Oh, I'm gonna run, and now you're gonna tackle me. I'm gonna quickly slide for fit. Like that's not football. Like that's just like really like you need like that's the stuff I hate. It's like no, like, and then when you do hit him, like legit, it's a flag, and it's like you can't touch. Like what are you supposed to do? You can't touch him. You just
I was
gotta
gonna
let him
say
run because if he slides, you just
most of Tom Brady's penalties were when he got rid of the ball and then got smoked.
yeah. And like granted,
Like
it's like all right, you hit him. I
you
get
hit
it.
him late. But like
Plus Brady doesn't never ran, so that took away that
if you
element. But
fall on Patrick Mahomes in the pocket, it's like after he gets rid of the ball, if you fall on him or sneeze on him, you're getting a flag.
I need
Yeah.
Gardner Johnson to come out like a missile in the Super Bowl and lay him out when he rolls out. One
Somebody
time.
did say just take the penalty and deck him.
I need Johnson to pull like a Malcolm Jenkins on Brandon Cooks and just lay him out.
What was it, Sean Taylor in the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, when he kills that guy, literally just mauls him.
I don't even know what quarterback that was. It's probably some nice dude too who's trying to get out of
I forget
bounds.
who that is.
Whack! I forget. But what I was gonna say is, I mean, the only thing they can do is adapt their rules, make it so it's either A, they have a sky judge that can see everything, you know if it's a penalty or not. But I think the more important thing is they need to change the rules so that the referees could be objective about it. Is he doing something that leads to the defensive player causing a foul? Then it's not a foul, right? Like there needs to be some line that if you cross or don't cross, you can either call it one way or another, because this is all bullshit. I mean, he's taking advantage of the rules because technically all of those are probably penalties, to be honest, most of them by the rule book, which is unfortunate because it, like what you said, it takes away from the game of football and it pisses everybody off. So it's like a double-edged sword. Everybody hates it. But one thing I wanted to pose before we get into talking about the Eagles, a stat that I saw on Reddit. Nick, you might not love this, but nobody has won a Super Bowl after losing to Kirk Cousins in the regular season.
Did see that stat. But to be fair, nobody has made it back to the Super Bowl after losing in their first one ever. So Jalen Hurts has already defeated that.
Yes.
So that is another stat. But the Kirk Cousins curse might be real.
I have a stat for you guys. This is a good one. It took the Avengers 2 times to beat Thanos.
That is, and it took the Eagles 2 times to beat the Patriots.
Hurts and the Eagles already lost to Thanos once.
Yeah.
This dude is inevitable.
Andy Reid.
The Andy Reid Bowl.
He's such a good coach.
Yep. Yeah, it makes me, every time he's brought up, the comparisons to Tomlin are just raging. Like after he left the Eagles, he became successful elsewhere. But like, I think the Steelers are a little bit too anxious to hold on to him for too long. We can talk about that after we talk about the NFC Championship game. I do want to get into that because, like, I don't know, lots of drama and I don't know. I'm freaking out about the offseason. That's all I can say, And but yeah, man, complete domination by the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. I think they had 55 points, 6 or 7 rushing touchdowns, which what was that? The most in a playoff game?
Yeah, it was insane. Most of the Cowboys have had all year. So there's a stat.
That's a wild stat. Man, who's this guy on that they promoted, Schudenmeyer or whatever? Like, who is that?
Just a puppet for Jerry. That's literally all it is. Like it's makes no sense.
But after talking about the Cowboys' poor run game, I think it was a pretty much domination by the Eagles on both sides of the ball after that first quarter. I mean, the Saquon run on the first play, that's fucking humiliating, bro. Are you kidding me? It takes him, 8.5 minutes to drive down the field, like 16 or 17 plays. Eagles defense did really well, 2 or 3 fourth downs, and then boom, one play, 76 yards or whatever, touchdown. Dude, he is unreal. It's crazy to see him on a good team, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I was a little, the first drive worried me because it was like 17 or 18 plays. And what I didn't understand is you went for the fourth down twice already. Like you just go for it again. Like I felt like it was like weird. It's like you already got the 4th and 3, 4th and 4. Like this is another 4th and 3. Like they kicked 3 and I was like, that's a win. Like at this point they looked unstoppable. First play, Saquon goes. I lost my voice. I was screaming so loud. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, I was really nervous because I'm like the negative Eagles fan. I'm like, every game, I'm like, we're going to lose. Because then I say it to Matt, we could play like the worst college football team in America, and I'd be like, we're going to lose to them. But everyone was like, oh, it's like Commanders, we're going to win. I was still worried when it was like an 11-point game at one point. I think the Commanders like just scored and then got the ball back. And I think it might have been like the kickoff fumble or another fumble. And I was like, okay, now it's like they have a legit chance. I mean, their defense is incredible. Vic Fangio is incredible. That's the only hope I have for the Super Bowl, and I'll wait to give my Super Bowl take. But no, I mean it was awesome. Commanders are going to be good though. I think Jane Daniels is really good. I'll give him flowers. He's super. I don't even like hate him really. Like he's very poised, very quiet. Like he just. But yeah, I'm excited. They dominated, and Hurts. I'll give him credit too. I'm sometimes a Hurts hater. Feel like sometimes he just will like run 5 yards backwards and then just slide, and it's like throw the ball. Like some decisions are just like I don't understand. Obviously, like offensive play call, not counting last week, has been like shaky. Like blatant times they'll be blitzing, and I'll call the play. I'll be like they're blitzing, and then we have 4 verts, and it's like as a coach, you got to know. Like if I'm a Joe Schmo on my couch saying they're blitzing, you got to know to like call an audible for like a quick check something. But he played phenomenal. Like he was awesome. That throw to AJ on 4th down, like I'll give him credit. He steps up when he has to, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah, not turning over the ball either, man. That's huge too. Win the turnover battle, win the game. I mean, when it comes down to playoff teams, I mean, every one of these teams has incredible players, top tier players, right? Superstars, the guys that'll make those plays in big situations. But, not giving the other team an extra chance to score is so huge, right? In those close knit games, so, sometimes with this new NFL offensive style, going for the 4th downs, no matter what, that kind of, I don't know, as somebody that's a little more, what's the word? A little bit less aggressive when it comes to that. I mean, not Mike Tomlin 4th and inches in a playoff game punting, don't go for it. But like, if it's like a 4th and 6 and we could hit a field goal, we got Boswell. You know what I'm saying? Like
we have Jake Elliott, so I don't think we can hit field goals.
Yeah, dude. What about that?
I don't know. I don't know. So last week I was doing a ton of 27. I watched every single game highlight from the year they won the Super Bowl last week. I was just in my bag rewatching in case it ended Sunday, and found a stat that I don't really know if it can even be true anymore. They were saying all week how Jake Elliott has never missed a field goal in the postseason. So I knew he was missing a field goal Sunday because you can't do that. But he missed multiple extra points in 2017, and that is the only other postseason he has missed extra points. And he's missed a ton this postseason. So maybe he's gonna just continue to miss, and that means to win a Super Bowl. I don't know, but I just every time he goes out there, I pray. I'm like, this guy's missing from one. I don't understand it at all. It makes zero sense. But continue. Yeah, he's terrible. I don't know. He scares me. He scares me so much. I can just picture it now. It's a field goal to win the game. We lose going to overtime, and it's just I'm gonna be a disaster. I'm gonna be just yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to not be able to rely on your kicker in those situations. But again, like coming from somebody who's never been a kicker on a football team, that shit's got to be hard. You know what I mean? Like, give him some benefit of the doubt, especially in high pressure situations. I mean, he's been struggling in the beginning of the postseason, maybe towards the end of the year, coming back from like a calf soreness or, ankle ligament injury, whatever, all those guys that utilize their legs so much, it's powerful, like movement. It's high speed movement. You stress those joints and those tendons a lot when you're an athlete like that. So maybe he's hurting a little bit, man. Like he's having a down half of the year. He's just got to get his teammates to build him up, right? Like that's why Saquon rushed for 3 touchdowns. They don't even need his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pick him up in the locker room, I guess. But all I'm saying is that might not be that easy. Probably isn't.
Yeah,
Kickers are
for sure.
pussies. You made it sound like so intense, like all the ligaments and their high speed and fucking pussies. Just kick the ball,
bro. You gotta be able to deliver.
At least it's in a dome, right? New Orleans is a dome, so like you don't have the cold. You don't have that.
I didn't think about that.
Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't like the cold. I understand that. I don't know.
That's not true. He kicked that icer against Bills a couple years ago in the
yeah,
cold,
dude,
in
that's
the rain.
thing. 50 yards
That
in
dude
the
has
rain,
a dog
drills
in
it.
him.
And
Yeah,
even for the snow game, dude misses an extra point right after he drills like a 45-yarder with just snow all over the ground and like down. I'm like, dude, either like miss all of them or make these. What are you doing? Like
I remember you texting me during that game, and we were talking about how nervous we were for that kick because of the snow, and he just drills a 45-yarder.
Yeah, and then they scored a touchdown. My dad's like, he watched Whole Miss. Like, we were joking, and then he missed, and we were like, haha, and we like did the math, and we're like, we could lose this game. I was like, it's 13 points. Yep. I'm like, this guy might have cost us the game.
Rams are sneaky good, man.
Yeah,
they're a real contender. I thought
it's gonna be interesting with Stafford if he comes back, if he doesn't. I mean, McVay's a great coach. I mean, they were like supposed to be rebuilding this year, and they were like one Jalen Carter non-sack away from probably moving on because that guy was wide open. So like they're good. I think they'll always be competitive.
Yeah, who's their backup QB? I mean, is Stafford? Is it the end of his contract, or he's getting old. I know that, but
I want to say he has another year. I think the backup's Garoppolo, but he's a free agent. So I think it's kind of like
Taylor,
Stafford or no one. Like I don't know.
I mean, there's not really much in this draft class, right? There's a couple of guys that are okay, but I mean, people are saying they want the Steelers to sign Fields and then bridge a year or two, try for like what's his face, Manning, Archie, following year or something like that.
Yeah, quarterback class is not the best.
We have Shadur coming out.
Yeah.
He's 4-win quarterback. He's the next Tyrod Taylor.
Hey man, don't shit on the Hokies, bro. Tyrod Taylor, he's had the most success since Michael Vick at the quarterback position. Yeah, we you want to talk about college football. The Hokies are not. We're not it, man. Downhill. My freshman year, we were awesome. We were consistently like top 15, top 20, nationally televised stuff, got game day. And now I'm praying for a bowl. 6 wins, dude.
Played in the Frisco Coffee Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mike Wazowski Bowl.
The Mike Wazowski Bowl. Once the podcast gets huge, we'll sponsor a bowl game. We'll do like the Barstool and just fuck around.
Hang out with McAfee.
Yeah, that'd be so funny, dude. Oh man. But should we talk about this draft class, or do you want to get into Super Bowl stuff and then the draft since Super Bowl's first?
We can. I guess we can just do quick Super Bowl
I
predictions
was
and
just
then
gonna do Super Bowl
draft.
first because I know
Yeah.
nothing about the college draft this year.
I don't know a whole lot either, but I know Nick does. So we'll let him run through it. Maybe we can talk about some needs for some teams, and then maybe hit the MLB. A couple signings recently. Pirates. I'm dying inside. It's so hard, man. We just signed Adam Frazier.
Hey, you got Paul Skeens on the cover of MLB 25.
Yeah, it's making Bob Nutting more money, not our payroll. But Fish, why don't you start us off, man? Since you seem to be the most knowledgeable about the big game, as you so say, and give us some insight.
Predictions?
Yeah, score prediction, and then what company you think has the best commercial?
All right. I don't know where you got that from. I don't think I recall saying that I have the most knowledge about this, but I will say what I said about the Eagles-Commanders game to Nick. I am predicting a big fat blowout. Again, I said this to Nick. I was like, it's not going to be close. The Eagles are just too good, and I think even for the Chiefs and with what they have going on over there, some shady business, I don't think it'll matter. I really don't. Dude, Saquon is unfucking believable. And when you got to worry about another Saquon as quarterback, plus Devontae Smith and AJ, good luck. I don't think it'll be close. The only reason it will be close is if the refs really just completely close their eyes when the Eagles are playing, which could happen. But like that's the that's the only reason I think it's not going to be a blowout. My score prediction is going to be. Gotta do some quick math here.
Gotta add up the points.
45-13 is my prediction.
I
think,
hope.
dude, I'm telling you, I truly think it's just gonna be a good old fashioned shit kicking.
Could be. And best commercial?
Oh, I forgot about that. Budweiser.
Budweiser? Why do you think they're gonna have the best?
I mean, they always have a good commercial, but I do think they kind of slacked last year, so I think they're gonna step it up.
Yeah, I mean, all the Shane
It's gonna be
Bud Light ones are hilarious.
That might be my pick.
Dude, he's funny. Yeah. No, I'm still going with Budweiser. It's gonna be a beer commercial for sure.
Beer commercial. All right, we see where Fish's loyalties lie. Nick, you wanna tell us what you?
Yeah, I'll do reverse jinx. I think I wish it was a blowout. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think just the NFL simply won't allow a blowout like in the Super Bowl. I feel like it's always, no matter what, has to be close, at least until like the fourth quarter.
Sure.
I think it's tough because like position wise, I think Chiefs, they got Eagles beat at quarterback, tight end, and kicker, and I am taking the Eagles and everything else. I mean, their defense has been
Chris Jones.
Maybe, but then I'm like, you got Jalen Carter, and he's been insane. And it's like last time we played him, we were rolling out Ndamukong Suh as our defensive tackle, who was 36, and now we have Jalen Carter. So like a little bit different. But I'm gonna go Chiefs. No. I'm gonna go.
Dude, there's no way the Chiefs three-peat.
I'm gonna go Chiefs 27. Eagles 23. But I'm hoping it's the other way around.
27-23 Chiefs. All right.
So some missing of the extra points is what you're saying.
Voodoo magic.
I'm hoping.
Some voodoo magic. Well,
I don't like the reverse psychology. I don't like this.
And commercial. I was thinking Bud Light, but I'm gonna go Doritos.
Doritos Mountain Dew always has a good one.
Yeah, they always just got something up their sleeve.
Yeah, absolutely. Good call.
I don't know about that. Weren't the Chiefs in Doritos commercials saying something about picking I feel like the Chiefs are gonna be in this year's. I'm telling you, haven't seen that commercial?
Well, Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce will probably be in 89% of the commercials since they're in everything to begin with.
Yep.
That's another like mountain ball of a topic.
Oh yeah, over under 65% of total commercials shown how much airtime will a Kelsey have?
I'll do
I
one
like that.
more. How many times do they go to Taylor Swift?
At least 8, I'm thinking.
Every time he touches the ball.
It genuinely might be.
I
That-
think he gets like 5 receptions and they score 3 touchdowns. So they're going to pan to her 8 times.
We should do a Slanted Attic Super Bowl like prop. We should do like
Yeah.
some over-unders for like random stuff. And we
Yes,
should just, if we're all gonna watch it, and just tally it up, see who does the best.
That'd be fun. I'd do that.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. That'd be so funny. Yeah, how many times the camera shows T Swift. Kendrick Lamar at halftime. What do we think? We think that'll be all right? I think it might be good. I've seen him. He was fantastic performance. Loved it.
Yeah, it's what, Lamar and SZA, I think. I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Don't really know much
Mhm.
about her, but
SZA's great.
Oh, dude, they're opening with all the stars. No way they don't.
All right, is that
who,
another
who
prop?
was it
bet?
last year? Who did it last year?
Wasn't
Wasn't
it
it
like
like?
Was it Snoop?
Yeah, I think it was.
was it Snoop?
Or was Snoop? Yeah, it was Snoop because I think 2 years ago it was Rihanna.
Yeah, it was in LA last year.
Then it was Snoop. I think it was Snoop because it was actually amazing. I think it was Snoop and
The only part I didn't like was Kendrick's part, I think.
I think it was Snoop. I'm not sure though. I mean, Kendrick one is probably like minus 1,000. He starts off with "Not Like Us." He's
No.
playing that.
If
playing that
SZA's
fast.
playing with him, he's playing all the stars.
Yeah, but you can't just play one song the whole time.
I know, but that's what they're going to start with. Then he'll play Not Like Us.
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know.
Or he comes out with Not Like Us, and then when she comes out, they play all the stars.
Halftime, I'll probably be getting like oxygen hooked up to my face and like freezing myself in a like chamber to make sure I can rest up for the second half.
Yeah, not jittering the
Oh,
entire.
last
dude,
year-
it's I'm terrible for these playoffs, man. I am like it's terrible.
Last year was Usher.
Last year was Usher.
You-
That's right.
So then 2 years ago was Snoop, and I think 3 was Rihanna. Because Rihanna was the last Eagles Chiefs. I remember that. So it's probably that. Usher.
Oh yeah, that was a lit halftime show. She killed it.
Yeah. What's your
But-
prediction?
My prediction, I think as long as the Eagles offense can score, I think they'll hold the lead for the majority of the game, and I think it'll come down to being close at the end. So I think something like 34-31 Eagles, 31-28 Eagles, something around that range. And it's going to come down to a last second drive, a last second something. Of course, it's got to be dramatic, right? And like the Chiefs are going to have a chance, but I think the Eagles D pulls out big. I think that's what they've been doing the entire playoffs, and I think they've been stepping up immensely. What is it? Kenyon Mitchell, fantastic.
Q.
Quinyon, I'm sorry, fantastic. He's been
So
having a
bad.
stellar postseason. And then, I mean, you have what's his face that also kick returns, had a couple good returns.
Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, he had a couple good returns this past game. I mean, what's his face? The linebacker, the white dude that stepped up when Nakobe Dean got hurt. He's been great.
They have Bond, who's been like the defensive player of the year candidate, and then they got Burks, who stepped up for Dean. But again, he's been playing phenomenal for Dean too.
Yeah, wasn't he? He was a special teams player, wasn't he? Before he stepped into that role?
So Bond last year with the Saints was like special team, and Burks this year I think was majority like special teams, but plays linebacker, and he stepped in for Dean and has been like very good. Like their linebackers, Eagles linebackers usually suck. They've been amazing this year.
Incredible. Yeah, I mean, I think the defense has been stout, given up a couple of situations. I mean, long drive stuff. I think, Matt Stafford is a stellar quarterback, so he flips some stuff in there. That's what Patty Mahomes is going to do. So I think as long as they don't get too deterred from the overall goal, which I mean, it's the Super Bowl. So I mean, those guys are going to go play their hearts out. I think the Eagles defense comes up big, and I think they stun the Chiefs in the last second turnover or something like that. Or I mean, it's either that or the Eagles get like a 10-point lead and I think maintain it up until the end. The Chiefs score a touchdown and then don't really have time to go down and kick the field goal or whatever.
I would love a Saquon like up like 3 or 4 with like 2 minutes left, and he just rips one, just goes 50 yards to the house, just absolutely. And I mean, going to the turnovers, like the Eagles, knock on wood, they're plus 10 in the playoffs. Like that's insane. And I
Yes.
mean, Monday morning, the first thing I did was watch the 2022 Super Bowl highlights, just torturing myself, watching film as if I have an impact of it. But like they were up 10.5, and that was with Hurts having that like scoop and score for the Chiefs. They did what they had. Like the first half played well if you take that away, and their leading rusher Gainwell with 21 yards, not counting Hurts. Like completely different. Like Barkley, people were saying like the Chiefs are going to hold him under 100. It's like I don't see how you can. The guy is inevitable. Like it's like his like prop total for rushing is like 124.5. Like that's insane.
It's probably gonna hit.
Yeah, it's like what like yeah, you might slow him down, but like he could still like even if he has like 60 touchdowns or 60 yards and 2 touchdowns, it's still phenomenal. It's like but
Right.
yeah, I think it needs to be close to the end. But the one nice thing I like is how, like, I like the Bills. So if it was Bills Eagles, I would feel less bad if the Bills won. But I like Eagles Chiefs. It's like I would like to think if people aren't Chiefs fans are rooting for the Eagles. Like I know Steelers hate the Eagles, but like I feel like you as a Steelers fan, like majority of like Chiefs and everyone in the AFC is like we all hate the Chiefs. So I feel like America's at least rooting for the Eagles. They're probably rooting for like Batman Dark Knight Rises where like Bane shows up and the stadium just ends. But I think everyone's kind of like this someone needs to put an end to this.
Yep. No, I totally agree. And dude, I think the Eagles team is just better than the last time they played. I think the Chiefs have been relatively stagnant. They've had to pay some guys. They've had some key injuries throughout this season. Uh, Specifically, like what's the word for it? Not like superstars, like specific skill position players.
Like role players.
Yeah, role players, stuff like that. So I think it's time. But then again, I could see something freaky happening, muffed punt or missed field goal, missed extra point that comes to bite him in the ass. I mean, I really do. But I do think, man, Saquon's unreal. And if they stop him, what's stopping Hurts from just read optioning and fucking taking it the other direction?
Like Fish said too, you got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Goddard. So it's like you want to shut down the run, cool. We'll throw the football. I think, yeah. I mean, I'm either gonna listen to this when it comes out and enjoy every moment of this portion, or just be like, all right, I can't skip fast forward to the next portion.
Yeah, I'll put what is it, the time markers in so you can save it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Hopefully it's a good game. I think, part of my issue with the NFL now, the whole ref situation, it's become incredibly commercialized. I mean, shit, man. Like the first half of that Eagles game was like 2 hours
Dude.
on Sunday. That was crazy. But like, dude, these games are long. They're going to get as much ad time in as they can, which I get it. It's a business. You're trying to sell a product, whatever. But I think it's become too commercialized, not focused on the athletics itself and how impressive it is for these guys to be doing this at this high caliber. If it was easy, bro, we'd have a dozen NFLs and everybody be doing it. But all the best athletes in the US either play football or basketball around the world because that's where you make the most money. It's where you get the most fame and recognition. The best athletes are there. A bunch of them could probably be high level competitors in a bunch of other sports, tennis, golf, running, swimming, all this other stuff. It doesn't
You name
pay
the
the
two
bills.
most unathletic sports first.
Well, tennis, bro, tennis is not
Tennis, I
unathletic.
feel like you got to be very coordinated and you got to. I mean, you think you're going back and forth fast. I've never played it, but I feel like you got to have some kind of.
All right. I get it. But golf?
Golf, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need to be the most fit, but I
Look
feel
at
like
John
being an
Daly.
athlete, right? John Daly is one example. Look at all the guys that are in the top 100, in today's OWGR. They're all relatively fit. They follow diet plans, workout, whatever.
Bryson
They
DeChambeau doesn't count. He's a tryhard.
right. Well, he's a natural athlete too. I think like, just being able to pick up a golf club and be able to swing it relatively good is not something everybody can do.
I can't do it.
But then again, like the best athletes do those sports. So like, you know, I wish it was more, and we do have documentaries on Netflix and like, you know, shows that really, you know, pick through these guys' lives and how hard they train. I mean, Derrick Henry's insurance policy on his body. Same with like LeBron. I mean, stellar athletes, bro. The hyperbaric, I don't know if they do the hyperbaric chambers, but they do the what is it? The cold
Cold tubs,
yeah, cold
plunges.
tubs, the cold plunges, the infrared saunas, you know, all the good stuff. Bunch of good things. But you know,
Losers.
it's good for your body, bro. Come on,
So
man.
is caffeine.
I don't know about that. I think
Feels
creatine
good.
we could argue is great for your body.
I'm on creatine right now. Yeah.
Me too. I take it every day.
Yeah.
It's
Long
actually
life.
it's supposed to be good for neuron like how do I put this? Brain function and muscle function. It's been shown to enhance that, I guess. I don't know. I
Mhm.
can't really speak to it much more scientifically than that. I just read a bunch of articles that were dumbed down so my monkey brain could understand it.
I'm gonna need that one in food to understand it.
Yeah.
I read it.
Yeah.
Read it like the 4th grade level. So
Dude, what is it? 65% of Americans can't read above a fifth grade level, I think.
Yeah. It's
Dead ass. We were
way
talking about
higher than it should
education.
be.
We were
I'm
talking about
part of that.
education. Yeah. I'm part of the 65. Oh man. But yeah, before you came on, Nick and I were talking about the whole education system and how poorly funded it is and how China's out here producing geniuses and we're out here paying our teachers next to nothing and expecting them to deliver great results, you know? And I think that's terrible. We need more funding for education. Obviously, I don't, you know, I think that's I don't think, how do you argue against that?
I don't see how
I
you
don't.
can.
I wouldn't. It
Like these, yeah,
I mean, it's like Tyler
yeah.
said, like other than like their parents, like teachers have the most impact on them,
yeah.
like growing up. Like, and you could argue you're at school. I mean, in a normal day, you're at school more than you're at home. If you're going to bed at like 10 o'clock, you're at school from like 8 to 3. Well, I guess it's probably actually the same, but still, same
10
time.
o'clock is wild, dude.
Like 2 later.
Yeah. My parents would beat
Well,
my ass if I was awake at 10 o'clock.
true. I guess I was thinking more of like, I guess, school. Like, but yeah,
High
like
school's different. Yeah. High
you're at the
school's different.
same time, if not longer, and that's assuming your parents are like at home after you're done with school, which isn't
Right.
necessarily the case. So it's like you're there a ton.
Yep. Yep. You're there. And those people have direct impact on you. And like I was saying before, like I feel blessed to have or have had great teachers for the most part. I can't really pinpoint anybody that I'd really complain about, you know, that was terrible from some of the things I read online. I don't know if that's rage bait, geez, but some of the shit that these teachers do and like things that happen in school, like public schools, man, I'm like, holy shit. I can't believe that's honestly going on in the United States, you know, around me in different areas. It's like the beauty and the what is it, the filth of social media. Like now we can see those things are happening. It's great that we can because we can identify them and try to solve the problem. But then we also have to see that. Like it's absurd what some of these kids are going through and I feel for them, right? And like we have to fix the system. I think that's the only way to do it. Pay people more. Pay teachers more, bro. They deserve it. Especially non-higher education. Like colleges can fend for themselves. They're already so fucking expensive. If you pay to go there, they should be able to pay their professors money, right? Like they shouldn't need
Yeah.
any federal or state funding. Like, come on, man.
Dude, I
It's
had some crazy dookie professors in college like that. That was part of the reason why it just ruined it for me. Like
really
I had this dude my freshman year for which again, this is already a stupid class that you have to take again, health and wellness. And this dude, his name was Abu Dali Halawa, I'm sorry, but the most Indian person you'll ever meet. Like I couldn't understand him. Literally straight up could not understand him, and that made that class so much harder. It was like I was taking anatomy 4, like the things that we were learning were not like your basic health and wellness stuff, which is what I was expecting because it was health and wellness one.
Right, a gen ed course. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that issue with my calculus class. My professor was he was a TA. He was studying at Tech, and he was from, I think he was Chinese. He's just very difficult to understand. And so, like, me and a bunch of the other students in the class, we had group chats and stuff where we worked on homework together and tried to figure it out, compare notes. Cause, like, his handwriting wasn't the best either. So, like, I guess you got to survive and adapt. I think, got like a C minus in that class, if that.
Degree.
Yeah,
So
I failed
it's
this
hard,
class.
man. It's hard. But I mean, that's also what college is for, learning how to fail those types of things and figure out maybe quantitative analytics isn't really what I want to do in calculus, right? Like, sometimes
Yeah,
it's
I
meant
definitely wasn't there.
to be like that. So,
I definitely wasn't there to be a gym teacher, so it's all good. But yeah, that
right.
pretty much set the tone. I was like, all right, fail and fuck this shit. I'm out.
We don't talk about that enough either, man. That's totally okay. Like we should celebrate, especially trade work. We need more of those people. We're such a labor shortage right now, in skilled labor. Dude, the cost is crazy because that's what they deserve, right? Like, you set labor rates and, especially like electricians, HVAC, plumbing, those guys make bank.
My
But I
sister's an
mean,
electrician. My youngest sister, she went to like some sort of program, and she was working at Hershey while she did it, but she was doing this program, getting these hours, and she works for the union now, and she gets paid very well.
yeah, yeah, union money, man. And it's a extremely respectable trade too. I
Oh
love
yeah.
a lot of the electricians I work with, which is
Dude,
nice
I'm
because
working on job sites and I'll be watching them sometimes, like out of the corner of my eye, I'll see what they're doing. I'm like, God damn. No thanks.
it's scary. I mean, you could get yourself killed easily.
I like watching them feed the wires through the ceiling because I was working at a school the other day for like a couple weeks, and they were hanging stuff through the ceiling like in a school. So they were doing the PA system, fire alarms, the clocks, like all that stuff like that while we were doing the floor. So it's fun to watch other people work too. Like crazy respect for everybody in the field, especially when you get to see them do their thing.
Absolutely. Dude, and some of them are so skilled at it. I mean, I'm sure you've experienced this too, but sometimes I'll just look and this dude's just like, I don't even know. It reminds me of like the Tasmanian devil. He's just doing shit so fast, I can't keep up with what he's doing. And then bam, whatever he was doing is perfect. Whether he's
Yeah.
like spackling drywall or mudding and taping drywall or what are some other, rough carpentry, any of that stuff. I mean, it's crazy, man.
Dude,
Like,
in tile, watching those some of those older guys, you blink, or you turn around and they already need more tile, and you're like, "Holy shit, how'd that already get on the wall, or how'd that get on the floor like that? Like, what did I just miss?"
yep. That's probably
It
perfect
is
too.
fun watching them too, because I like to, like, if I catch a moment, I'll just observe them to try and learn and pick up some stuff from watching them, and I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Craziness. But, big labor shortage, materials pricing is going up. We're never not going to need construction. We need somebody to fill that void. We've been pushing higher education so much the past probably what, 30, 40 years. But now college prices are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, what does it cost to go to a private university? 60 grand a year, 65,000 a year at minimum. I mean, that's wild. I mean, that's
Oh, never
what?
mind. You said a year.
Yeah. Like 35 a semester, 30, 35 a semester,
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
That
that.
something
makes
Like
like
sense.
that probably.
that's a brand new car each semester.
Yeah, it's insane.
When you put it
Down
like
payment
that.
on a house. Yeah. But I mean, like sometimes you have to spend that money to invest in your future. It might multiply, compound. You might get a good career out of it. But like it's whatever suits you. And I don't think we emphasize that enough. It's like too much of our social media and our media in general, television is kind of pushing us all towards that same thing, which would have been college, higher education. Like, this is where you need to go because I think that made a lot of money for a lot of people. And now with independent social media in conversations such as the podcast, I think some people are starting to get privy to that and be like, hey, I have so many other options, right? Like, and I won't put myself $200,000 into debt. That sounds like a better way to do it. But, for some people like yourself, Nick, like you pretty much need that higher education to become a teacher,
Yeah.
right? Don't you? I mean, you need to go to schooling or pass a
Yeah.
certification or
I
something,
I
right?
think it's like don't quote me on it. I feel like I should definitely know this, but like within the first couple years, like I need to start taking like master's classes to like continue like my education. Obviously, like there's perks of it because like depending on where you're at, they'll probably pay for the classes, and then a lot of
Right.
places once you get your master, you get pay raise of that. But like even though I'm like done now, it's like all right, I'm done for like a couple years. Maybe like by like my like second or third year, I'll start taking like even if it's just one class, like something to get started for my master's. So like even though I'm done, like I'm not like I still have to take some. Now obviously in my head I'm like, all right, well like long term it's like fine because in reality it's like, hey, finish this and you get a raise. It's like, all right, cool. Like put it that way, sure. Fish.
Um, when you're ready, like when you're ready to do it, I highly, highly recommend Capella University. That's what Abby used. My girlfriend got her master's in like 2.5, 3 months. She did it through a program, and I don't know if they have this for teaching, but she did it through a program that was like you pay per class and you do it at your own pace. So like
Sure.
she works night shift, and so she was just grinding her papers and grinding her work on night shift, and she was able to complete her master's and get her master's degree in like 2.5, 3 months. So I would
That's
highly
sick.
recommend looking at Capella when you do decide to do it. I just have a personal vendetta for Capella because it worked for her, so I would imagine it would probably work for you as well.
Yeah, I'll definitely look at it. Like, and I think like that, or just play like a lot of places wherever you get hired, like give you a. I shouldn't even say a list, but like, you might go to them and say, hey, like if I take my classes at this school, they'll be like, yeah, we'll like pay for you to take your classes. So
Right.
like I'd wait until I like have a full-time job and I can like basically take them for free and have them pay for it than like me do them now, and it's like I'm wasting more money before I even have a job to take master's classes.
Shit ain't cheap either, man.
No.
No, and like you said, then uh, like having someone pay for it, I believe the company that she works for um, reimbursed her for the
Hmm.
classes when she was done. So like it kind of just came in like a normal paycheck.
Yeah,
Like when
I feel like majority of places do, whether it's a reimbursement or like they'll pay for it like by a lot of places it is reimbursement. It's like, all right, like once you finish it, we'll pay like to make sure you actually do it. Cause like they could be like, yeah, we'll pay for it. And it's like you do it for a month, you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. And it's like, well,
yeah,
we paid for it already. So like I feel like majority though, they definitely figure out something to work out with you.
Right.
it's kind of similar to companies paying for you to take classes to get your CDL. Same
Yeah.
premise there.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, man. People don't appreciate truck drivers either. How do you think all your Amazon packages get here every day? Seriously, like I think people a lot of times get hit by what is it? It's like a paradox or something. It's like out of sight, out of mind type of deal, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
I can't see it happening. It just shows up on my doorstep every day. There's people
Yeah.
working
Like
behind the scenes all the time.
like I just don't understand. Like I got Amazon Prime recently. It's one of the greatest things I ever did. But like I'm just like it's insane. I order something and in a day or two it's here. I'm like, how? How is it all like you don't think about it, you just see the date and you're like, cool, it'll be here in 2 days. But then it's like I just ordered this and in 2 days this thing is actually like here. Like I could have ordered it across the country. I have no idea. But it's like yeah. There is some stuff you don't think about and then once you do you're like perplexed. You're like, how does this actually like work?
I worked for an Amazon warehouse. I know how that shit works.
Oh, tell us about your experience. Because, like, from what I read online, like, these mofos don't even have time for piss breaks when they're out in the vans because their like shifts are so tightly packed or they have to deliver so many packages.
So I did not work as a delivery driver. I worked in the warehouse, which I'll start with that. Slave work. It's brutal. It's unfortunate. Well, I should say, fortunately, it's 4-hour shifts with a 20-minute break at 2 hours. Um, but dude, they work you like a dog when you're working, and that's how your fucking packages get here on time. Um, but I do know from other people when you're either in the like my sister works for the post office, so like when you're working as a mailman, a delivery driver, something like that, you're not done until you're done delivering your packages or delivering the mail. So like if you're a mailman, you could work a 12-hour day because you have so much mail to deliver, and you get a flat tire or something, and it delays you, or bad traffic, bad accident, like something, you can't stop until your mail is done. Like that's why you rarely see mail trucks out in the evenings, but sometimes you do. That's why. It's not that they're running late or they're starting their shift late. They just have been slacking off, or they have a ton of mail to deliver. So that's also why your package could get there at 8 o'clock or 6 p.m. You never know.
Do
Yeah,
they,
that's. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do they get paid like per package or like place they stop? You know what I mean? How
As
many?
far as I know, it's just a standard hourly rate. But like
Gotcha.
when you get there, obviously you punch in, but they have those little phones that sit on your wrist, so you clock in on that when you start the truck. And I know they have trackers on the truck and stuff like that, so like they know if you're just sitting at a gas station all day.
Right.
Yeah, good, true point though, because like some of my packages will get here at like 8, and then other times will get here at like 12 while I'm still at school, and I'm like, oh, it's like cool, it's already there. But like, I feel like you rarely see an Amazon driver like get out of their car and walk to your door. Like they're always like on the move. Like if you ever like I feel like every time I see one, they're running to the doorstep and running back. Like they are on the go, like always.
Yeah, you got to be fast, because
Probably to your point, yeah.
I do think you get a bonus for doing it either under a certain time or a certain amount of packages. I'm not sure how that works. My concrete boss did part-time seasonal help for UPS, and he would tell me that the truck, like the one driver, would clock in for 8 hours, and he would have that truck for 8 hours. But even then, after that, the next guy that gets the truck would like they just keep going back for refills, like keep getting more packages and keep getting more packages. So it could also be a thing like that where they have to deliver a certain number of packages before they can clock out. I'm not sure. I can't really speak for it because I didn't work as a delivery driver.
Right.
But the process in the warehouse is chaos, dude. There's packages getting slung left and right, like not thrown around, but like there's just hundreds of thousands of packages coming in at one time. Like they have the one I worked at in E-Town, they have 4 tractor-trailer bay doors lined up, and they would have
Yeah.
trucks coming in and out all the time. As soon as a truck was empty, boom, gone. There's a truck ready to come in back into that spot, and it was the worst. Anytime a truck just arrived, you could tell because there was a surplus in packages that were coming through, like on the conveyor belts and stuff. And like you're trying to sort them through the little stickers on the packages. You ever see the little stickers with the letters and the numbers on the package?
Yeah.
That's how they sort them, by area, by weight, by size.
Sure.
So there are rows of these bags that they put in the vans then full of packages. And my job was to pick the there were people on the other side of this shelf on the conveyor belt pulling the packages out for my section. Say my section was like F-B or whatever, and then there were bags set like 5 or 6 high, so it would be like FAB. You'd put or F1B. You'd put it in the column for F,
Right.
1B, and that's where. But like, if you get behind by a second, or you can't figure out where it is, where the box is, your entire shelf is loaded with packages. Then you got to play catch up.
That's craziness. So is it like items that are already prepackaged that are coming in from different warehouses or distribution facilities that you're sorting through and putting into your local like place? Or is it like they're already prepackaged and you're sorting them to send out?
They're
Type of
prepackaged. I'm not sure where they're coming from, but they are prepackaged and ready to send out. So like
Gotcha.
when I was there, we were pulling them off the shelf, like pulling them off the conveyor belt, putting them on these shelves, and then putting them in the boxes. Once the box was full, you'd put it at the end of your little aisle there, and
Yeah.
somebody would come through towards the end of your shift or towards the end of the day once you started getting all these boxes filled up, and they would load up the trucks. And I'm assuming, based on the little 3-4 letter combination that was on the tag there. That's how they assumed, like that's how they figured out where it was going.
Yeah.
I think there was a time or two when I got a package and I just glanced at the name and I knew, like it was like a name that I knew, or it was an area that I knew, like a Palmyra address or something like that. And I'm like, oh, interesting,
Yeah.
because I was working at the one in E-Town. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure millions of packages get sorted through there on a weekly basis. I would have to guess probably hundreds of thousands a day, if not a million. Right. I don't
oh
even
yeah,
know.
no
Like
doubt.
that's crazy. They aren't they building one of those right across from my old neighborhood over there between like Rudders and that new retirement community?
Yeah,
Yeah. So is that an Amazon distribution center or is that like Hershey's?
I think it's going to be a distribution center. I'm not. It's huge.
Yeah, it's massive, dude.
I'm not sure though. But yeah, the reason I left Amazon was because I had signed up for a double. Like I had 4 hours from like 8 to midnight, and then midnight to 4. And
Yeah.
I did the job where I was picking packages and putting them up and bending down. My back was so sore. And I walk out, take my 20-minute break, and I walk back in for my next 4-hour shift. And the guy, typically, they don't ever have you do the same job if you sign up for a double. So
Right.
like I walked in and this dude told me what I was doing and I just turned around and walked right back out. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And my dad worked for the same factory while I was there, and I told him about that and he was like, I don't even blame you.
I
Yeah,
remember you
that's
telling
So
me that.
so yeah, that was the end of my Amazon career. It's like a 4-month stint.
You have an Amazon hat, don't you?
I do.
oh, that's sick. That's sick.
Yeah.
Need that for the collection, bro.
I
Hat collection.
I
I'm
have a
sure you
decent
have a
collection of
million.
hats that I just don't wear. Yeah.
Yeah, I have so many hats, dude. I have so many hats. I mean, a baseball player. Come on, man. Like, I still have my old hat from Cooperstown when we played when I was 10.
That probably doesn't even fit you anymore.
Oh, hell no, dude. It was like a kid's size, whatever. I mean, it barely fits on my head, but I want to hang it up in like the podcast room or my bedroom somewhere. You know what I mean? Put it in a case. Cool
Oh
memories,
yeah.
man. I mean, so long ago. I mean, 17 years ago now. That's crazy. Crazy to think
Damn.
about. Yeah.
Are you 27?
Yeah, bro. I'm 27.
Geez, you're unk status.
bro, bro, I don't get that. I don't get that lingo, man. Unk status. Yeah. Sometimes I don't feel that old. I mean, I still exercise. My body still feels pretty young, but like
That's crazy. I
I
feel the
watch
opposite.
I watch sports and I'm like, holy shit, dude. Makai Becton, Eagles guard.
Yeah.
I was looking him up today because apparently he went to high school up the road. Guy's 25. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
still
my
very
God.
young.
I'm like, he's 2 years younger than I am. And this dude is a professional athlete in what, his 5th season in the NFL? And I'm like, bruh, that just like blows my mind sometimes how young some
That's
of
how
these
I
kids
am with
are.
the MLB. I can't stand watching the MLB anymore because they're all younger than me.
Not all of them, bro. You still got some old heads.
Yeah, but the old heads are diminishing quick.
Mike Trout, bro. Mike Trout's been in the league for infinity years, and he's still good if he isn't injured. But he
I'm
is.
honestly shocked he still plays for LA.
Well, didn't he sign like a Mongo 15-year contract or something like that?
I
Yeah.
think so.
You didn't. Yeah.
I would play for him for 15 years if they're, signing me for 15 years. That's like I mean, they're probably
Yeah, but
deferring a
think of
lot of
how
that money.
I was gonna say, think about how undervalued that contract is nowadays, though. Like that's a tiny contract compared to some of them now. Do we know who is the highest MLB player, highest paid MLB player? Is it Soto?
I would.
That would be my guess.
750 mil.
I would imagine.
That could.
I
Do you want
would.
to talk about that?
Baseball in general.
I mean, we can. I was just
Yeah,
Did you see the
yeah,
Royals signed Estevez?
I did actually while we were on the podcast. I did
I
see
did
that
too.
notification. I also
Uh,
saw breaking news: Matthew Stafford. So you heard it here first. You're gonna hear. It's already gonna be news by the time you're hearing it, but they play in 20. He will be back. So that answers
Matthew
that question.
Stafford, I'm back. Period. Let's see. I'm trying to find highest paid. This says this can't be right. This says Shohei. This
oh,
is
he
Mike
deferred a
Trout at
lot of
number
his money.
7. Yeah, he deferred a lot of it. No, that's not right.
Give it to
Highest
his
paid
gambling
MLB
buddy.
players. Yeah, that's
It's got to
right,
be
dude. That
Soto.
that whole thing was crazy. Wasn't he using like AI bots to like modulate Shohei's voice or something to his bookie?
Yeah, he was doing some wild shit, and they swept that under the rug really quick.
Yeah, I
That
know.
would be like if Patrick Mahomes had a fucking gambling addiction or like a drug addiction, and it came out and they just swept it under the rug real quick. Nope, he's still our poster boy.
Yeah, I can't find. Oh, here we go. Sporttrack.com. This says Shohei. Shohei's the highest on the payroll, which is 70 million. Scherzer's number 2 at 43.3. Same with Verlander, DeGrom, and Judge are both at 40. Total cash. Yamamoto, the Dodgers pitcher, 55 million. Altuve from Houston, 41. Judge, 40 million. DeGrom, 40 million. Will Smith, Dodgers catcher, 38.5. Luxury tax, Shohei, Judge, DeGrom, Garrett Cole, Mike Trout is number 5 on the luxury tax list at 35.5 million. Contract value. Oh, here we go. So the total contract value, 700 million. Shohei, guess who's coming in at a fat whopping number 2 with 426,500,000 doll hairs?
Rowdy.
Any guesses?
Wait, I
Mike
can.
Mike Trout. And then we got Mookie at 365 million, Aaron Judge 360, Manny
Man, you
Machado
realize
250.
that 400 million. Wait, what was it? 500 million or
For Trout 426.5.
426? Like decade ago, whenever he signed that deal, that's a fuck ton of money.
What's
I didn't think
crazy
about
is
that. Good point.
this year for 2025 total cash, Soto's at 121 million. So
Jeez.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, whoever has kids out of the three of us, well, it's not going to be me. So I'm saying you two.
I have no baseball genes, so it's all Tyler.
You better train this kid to be a lefty.
Yeah, that's like something. Oh, that's funny you say that. Growing up, like, because my dad was a lefty, batting, not throwing. And, once I got old enough to like understand, he's like, yeah, I was gonna, teach you to become a lefty, but you're naturally right-handed. So I didn't want to disrupt nature or whatever. I'm like, damn it, dude, lefties are just so much like more sought after in sports like that. Even like, while golf doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's how you approach it. There've only been a couple of prolific lefty golfers in history, but dude, baseball pitcher, man, that's what I'm saying.
I was left-handed.
Yeah, exactly. Fish through heat, bro.
I didn't pitch in high school.
Yeah, you did. Didn't you
No,
pitch
I
one
didn't.
time? Didn't you pitch one
No,
time? Are you
I
sure?
pi- I pitched. I don't know. I don't know if we played together. I think did we ever play together? If anything, I got cut freshman year, so it wasn't that. And then it might have been Legion.
Yes, Legion, we definitely played together,
I don't
right?
think I ever
With
pitched though. The one time I did, I pitched at
dude.
Fredericksburg, and I
Yeah.
lasted 4 batters. I walked 4 batters in a row, and Morgan pulled me.
Dude, then yes, I was definitely there. I witnessed that. I still have the blue shirt from that year, the Campbelltown Legion
Yeah,
2012.
yeah.
Yeah, see? All right. I was like, I'm not going crazy. I remember that. I remembered you pitching, but that's so funny. Dude,
I was pretty good
the
in
wood
college. I
batting.
peaked late.
Yeah, well,
I
I feel like
literally
that's
didn't
the way it
pitch.
is.
I literally didn't pitch in high school because Weber was a horrible coach, and I don't know why he didn't use me.
Oh, that's
Like
right.
we were in a state game against LD my senior year. We were losing 4-3 or something like that. Our starter had to come out. Me, Sam Ziegler, Nick Jelliff, and someone else. I know Jelliff wasn't primarily a pitcher, but 3 senior arms that could go in the game, and he throws Cameron Dubs. I love Dubs, but he throws freshman Cameron Dubs in a state playoff game against Lower Dolphin at Lower Dolphin, my last game, and we lose because he gives up 2 or 3 hits in a row. And then I think Derek Wild hit a home run because they have a short porch and right.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy, man. I miss playing baseball.
I don't.
Really?
Dude, I play slow pitch softball and I love it.
Yeah, I guess that's like
Being a,
almost an
ret-
equivalent.
being a retired, washed up athlete, nothing compares.
Dude, there's legit softball leagues too. You could travel and play. Like they've got like legit ass circuit leagues and stuff for that.
Oh, I know. My boss used to play, and he would go travel to Vegas and play in tournaments in Vegas with like the military guys. Those guys are legit.
They rake, dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So I think we touch on the MLB for a second here, and then we kind of wrap it up. I have not eaten dinner yet, so that might be
That's
something
all right.
I
My
want
mouth
to
is
do.
drier than the Sahara Desert. I ran out of water.
Something I might want to
Craving
do.
McDonald's
Sure.
right now. I might
Mickey
venture
D's.
there. Yeah, I might venture
Wow.
there. We'll see.
That
You're
sounds
gonna
pretty
put that
good.
in my head.
All right.
Yeah, sorry.
So both y'all are Philly fans. So I'll start off with the Pirates nonsense so we can get that out of the way. We'll talk about a real team. We signed Adam Frazier. That's great. He was good on our team when we had Garrett Cole back in fucking 2015. So cool. You know, we'll sign him, legacy player. Same with the Kutch situation. Like, we're actually not investing real money into baseball, which sucks to see as a fan. Like, we have no real shot at contending as far as I can see out. I mean, no real legitimate shot at a championship. We might hit 500 this year if we're coached well. I mean, God, I did hit what was it? I bet 72 and a half Pirates wins last season. I hit on the very last game. We were playing the Yankees, our last series, and I think I needed 2 wins to hit on the season prop bet. And I'm like, oh my God, it's never going to happen. We're playing the Yankees for our last series. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way we can pull off a series win here. Won the first 2 games. And I'm like, all right, that's it, dude. That's all I needed out of you guys this year because I know we're a fucking failure. And it sucks because like we have players like Paul Skeens and a couple of young guys that do have legitimate talent. And then we have a couple of washed up old guys that I like, you know, and I don't want to see them get shit on and not play well because we don't have the money to do anything. And then we have a couple of guys that I think we're paying fairly and that are okay. But we're never really going to do anything. Like, this is another year of mediocrity. Pirates and Steelers alike. We didn't really touch on that, but I don't know, man. Mediocrity. That's all I can say. The standard is the standard. And it stays the standard.
The
But-
Pirates have a couple guys that could help. Like Brian Hayes, he's a pretty good third baseman.
Right. Reynolds.
Brian Reynolds is a stud. O'Neal
That's
Cruz is a stud.
O'Neal Cruz, but he can't play defense. We're trying him at center field
Well-
because he had like 30 errors last year.
Always
And he
hurt too.
Yeah, and he played like 90 games, had 26 errors. Like, dude, that's bad.
He's
You have
the
a gross-
wannabe Ellie De La Cruz.
You have
Yeah,
a gross pitching staff. The young
That is
pitching
true.
staff.
yeah.
Jared Jones, Skeens. Just
Quinn.
no, you
Quinn Priester, I think. is his
yeah.
name.
And Bubba Chandler, I think, is going to be good this year. He's another
So-
young pitcher.
Only thing that can save us. Otherwise, misery, pain as a Pirates fan.
The
Our
only thing that
total
can save you
spending
is Livy
like-
Dunn.
They
Dude,
And
her net worth is worth more than our payroll, bro. Probably.
See?
it's crazy because every year they start off like 15-5, and then it's like
Is this
You
going to be
blink
the
and-
year?
you blink and they're 20-20, and it's like what? It's every year.
Yep.
That's so perfect.
Yep.
It is though. It's every year. Yeah.
It's what it's like being a Pittsburgh fan right now. In general.
The Steelers do that a lot too. Start out 5-0. The next thing you know, they're 5-4.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't they lose 5 in a row to end the season?
Well, with the playoff game 5, but we lost the last 4 in the regular season. I think we were
They're
10-3.
tanking for Shador.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I would be beside myself if we drafted him.
Why?
I don't want to waste a first round pick on Shador Sanders,
Dude,
bro.
yeah.
We barely have a competent offense as it is. If we like get a new offensive line coach, figure out some new schemes, draft a receiver, like then maybe, like, I don't even think we have a perfect situation to bring in a quarterback to. I don't think Russ and Fields were that bad. Their stats weren't terrible, but they couldn't do a whole lot because we don't have a lot of offensive talent. And the
I
play
wouldn't
calling
say
is mid.
I wouldn't say George Pickens is offensive talent either.
He's just a head case.
Yep.
The dude's
He's a
a
head
rabbit
case.
hole.
And they want to keep him.
Also, there will not be a quarterback taken first over. It's my bold prediction. I'm going non-QB number one.
Janty number one.
And I'm going not Travis Hunter number one. Abdul Carter from Penn State going to
Dude,
Titans. That's my prediction. We will see. That's my prediction.
He definitely
just saying.
enhanced his stock, dude, after that college playoffs. He was filthy.
And he was hurt. And the dude, like every time he would either get a pro or be a hold, it just wouldn't. Like, the dude is, he reminds me of Micah Parsons. Not saying he is him, but like same exact. And like, I don't know. I think Cam Ward and Shador are obviously the two top quarterbacks, but like, I think Cam's better than Shador, but like, I don't know. I don't think anyone's like
I'm telling you,
phenomenal.
dude, Shador is the Danny Dimes to the New York Giants.
Oh, I hope they draft him.
You also said, Fish, in like the very first podcast that Danny Dimes in a different situation would be a top 5 quarterback, and that might have been one of those freezing cold takes.
We might never find out.
Can you somehow like can you like put that clip in like right now and like yeah, because like I'll go back sometimes and like listen to like the old ones because I think the third one now, and like I still listen to that first one and I'm like, I just laugh because I'm like, maybe because it was before this whole year,
dude,
and maybe even
Saquon.
that. And even yeah, but dude, Danny Dimes sucks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Saquon Barkley and Danny Dimes, we're getting compared here.
Oh man. Yeah, that was
maybe in an alternate universe. Maybe someday. Hey, he still has a chance. He
does.
We could be looking back on this podcast and you making fun of Fish in 5 years.
Yeah, it could.
And Fish would
give him
laughing.
Give him the Eagles O-line, couple weapons on the sides. Dude, you're looking at the next Patrick Mahomes.
Danny Dimes might be a Pittsburgh Steeler. We might be hearing that next time. Who knows?
Dude, as long as he can hand the ball off and play action, we're chilling. That's all we do. Hand off. Play action pass. Oh, it's incomplete. Oh man, we just had another 3 and out. That sucks. Why did that happen? Maybe because you fucking run the ball 3 times in a row and gain 2 yards a carry. And then don't go for it on 4th and 1. A lot of frustrations this year, man. Like, after our last 4 games of the season, I knew we didn't have a chance in the playoffs. Not even close. I knew we were going to get murdered. I was like, this game is not even going to be a close football game. And then we go down 21-0 at halftime, and I'm like, this is my worst nightmare.
Dude, that was me last year at the Eagles. They lost 7 in a row or whatever, and like they're playing the Bucs. I'm like, this is not, like, my delusional self in the back of my head was like, they're gonna win, and I was like, they're still not gonna win. But like, and it sucks because you guys are never bad enough to have a top 10 pick. You're always at like 18 to 22, and it's like you get someone good, but like you can't get that like game breaking player.
Yep. I mean, we've been drafting decent the last couple seasons with our new GM, so we'll see. But we'll end it on that note. Me being miserable about the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Squealers, as what's his face says, Stavros. Have you seen his show on Netflix or him on Shane Gillis's show in Tires?
No, I heard that show's good though.
Oh, it's hilarious. I feel like that's right up Fish's alley.
Yeah. Fish, have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of it. I just haven't watched it. I don't know why. I love Shane Gillis.
I was gonna say, you said earlier about how you love him, so I feel like that is up your alley.
Comedy gold.
It's so funny. Highly recommend it to both of y'all and everybody out there. But appreciate you guys taking the time today. Sit down with me. Hopefully next time we do this, you can come down to the podcast room, have a couple beers, do it in person. Would love to do that. But yeah, as always, thanks for your time, guys. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Love being on here and look forward to the next one. Go Birds.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I'm glad we didn't use cameras this time.
as he is picking his fingernails for the people who are listening to this.
Yeah.
I also
For
have a
those of you that
Shrek
are audio
background
only.
on my TV right now, so
I know. I do need to. I kind of want to take a screenshot of that because I think that's funny. But yeah, I need you to be smiling.
Yeah.
wait, should I keep pausing?
Say
smile.
cheese.
Oh, one more. Are you smiling?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. If you want to call it a smile.
Okay, beautiful. All right. So thank you everybody out there for sticking with us through that grueling moment of fish smiling on the television. But yeah, thanks to everybody who made it this far. Appreciate you all listening to the Slanted Attic Experience. Make sure to check out our Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in today's media world. We're putting out lots of content. We have a book club. We got sports episodes. Whatever y'all are interested in, we probably have it. Doing some history stuff soon. Plus, once we get in the new studio, that'll be fun. We'll be on camera, enjoying ourselves. So everybody, appreciate you, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys.